What does it mean to be sustained by God? Let's talk about it in today's Points to Ponder. Hello, I'm Jo Heather Dodson, your Christian coach, helping you discover what God has next for your life. Learn more about my coaching services at yourchristiancoach.net. Well, recently I was reading Deuteronomy. In chapter 9, I saw something that made me pause. Moses wrote that when he was up on the mountain to meet with God and receive the 10 Commandments, he stayed there 40 days and 40 nights. He said he neither ate bread nor drank water. Now, I don't know about you, but I can't go for many hours without water, especially, much less a whole day, much less 40 days. But Moses makes it clear. God sustained him during that time. God provided for all of Moses' needs so that no external nourishment was required. And that's not all. Deuteronomy 9:18 says that he returned to the mountain for another 40-day fast. Well, we know this is a miracle, but it leads me to ask the question, do you believe God sustains you today? Let's see what the scriptures say, because as we know, scripture interprets scripture. God promises to sustain you in Psalm 55:22, where it instructs you to cast your cares on the Lord and he will sustain you. Sustain means that he will support you and bear your burdens. He will strengthen you physically and mentally and spiritually. If you take this into your heart and believe it, you won't have to worry about what's happening in your life. Why? Because you will build your trust and know that God is with you and he will sustain you. Hebrews 1:3 tells us that Jesus is the one who sustains all things. It says he is upholding all things by the word of his power. I'm imagining me as a part of those all things. How about you? Do you believe you are included in all things that Jesus is upholding? If you do, how can that help you relax and not cling so tightly for control? God is infinite and without limits. Psalm 90 says, before the mountains were born and before you brought forth the whole world, from everlasting to everlasting, you are God. So it makes sense to me that God's strength and protection over you has no end. The question for you is, do you believe it? What might happen if you meditate on this truth? You are a part of God's awesome creation, and he is big enough to sustain you no matter what may come. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next Tuesday for more Points to Ponder.